minute 14.113. You've just set your fastest lap of the...
Alright, let's take a look at that. So, this is, I think that first or second lap can be good. I like first lap a little bit better. So, I'm on my MacBook. I'm on vacation right now, but we'll be able to pretty much analyze what we need to analyze here. So, coming to the run-up for this lap, you want to make sure that you can get on the gas as early as possible here. So you can take this corner normal more or less, or you can kind of do the entry where you can get on the throttle as soon as possible. It doesn't matter all too much. So now what we're going to do is the braking point for this is going to be pretty far back. I was really trying to push it up because I didn't really believe how far back it had to be. But after comparing with some other people's telemetry, I really do think that braking around like the stoplight here, you see this stoplight, that's like where I think the braking point is. And my braking point, you see I'm like at 80-90%, and this is what you can kind of get away with without locking up the tires. 100% will not work, but like 90% will to a certain point. But anyways, I've talked about road courses before. Brake straight if you have a lot of, or sorry, straight wheel if you have a lot of brake, and then trail brake is when you turn. So you want to set up very, very wide here, and then get all your turn in early and all at once. So you see, I'm really trying to just stop the car in a straight line, and then turn in really early to get right on this curb, right sides on the curb, partial throttle, and then go full throttle once I'm able to straighten out the wheel. Okay, let's take a look at that one time here without pausing, because this is going to be one of the most important corners. So brake at the stoplight, down through the gears, and then trail brake into partial throttle, then full throttle here. So my beginning of the lap here is actually really good. The only part where I lost on this lap is on the chicane, and I'll show you why there, but I ran out of time to get a better lap. So I like to kind of late apex this first part of the S. You see how I don't get to the curb until late? This helps set up the second part of the S's. You get to stay on the curb, and then this is kind of a hard turn because you're kind of blind coming up this hill, but you just gotta kind of learn the timing. I turn off the curb like right when it ends, and then you kind of lead you to the other curb, and then I upshift into fourth in this car as I am transitioning to the final part of the S's, because it helps me stabilize the car, and then I just try to full throttle as much as possible without spinning the rears at all. Okay, now here is the part where I messed up. I broke a little bit too late, and so what that forced me to do was to brake over the curb here. When I broke, it was at like the 400-ish, but you want to brake about 100 before that. And what this allows you to do is, what I had to do is I had to brake over this curb. You want to get as close to that inside wall as possible, but what I had to do is I had to brake over because I was going too fast. So if you slow down a little bit before me, you can let go of the brake here and just let the bump do what it does. No pedals, because that's how you get the car to not be upset. And then you get back to the brake a tiny bit right before this curb, and then you let the car go over the curb again. And then that's when you get back on the throttle. So by holding the brake all the way through here, I lost so much momentum. So you just got to back up a little bit more than I did. See how I just had to hold the brake through that curve there, and it just caused me to slow down way too much. And so this turn 2, I could have pushed a little harder. You just want to be on partial throttle for as long as possible, but I kind of just messed up the angle a bit. So you just want to just roll that at about half throttle until you're able to get the car. The other thing too, sorry, let me back up here, is you can use this runoff area. This is the only runoff area that doesn't get you a 1x. So you can carry a lot of speed through here and actually use this runoff area, but make sure that you get back before this grass starts, because that'll give you a 1x if you even touch it. All right. And so again, I'm going to brake really early here, even before the signs start. You can get heavy on the brakes as long as your wheel is straight. So my point was like right where this patch of asphalt is right here. You get on that on the brakes there, and then you just keep it in third, drag the brake, trail brake into a partial throttle, get it on the curb. You can't really go over that curb. You can go over this curb, but like only by like half a car width, and it's not really even worth it because you got to set up back into this right-hander, bring it down to second, trail brake into partial throttle, into aggressive off the corner. So we'll take a look at that sequence one more time, no stopping, but this was also a pretty good sequence here. So brake early, into third gear, bring it down into a trail, get it on the curb, bring it all the way back to the left, and then down to second gear early, and then get on the throttle as early as possible. And so this was an adequate lap. I wish I could have done a little bit better, but at least I know where the time was lost, and especially the first and third section are going to be really good for you guys to copy. But other than that, same idea with the long run that we've always talked about in road courses. You just want to manage your brakes and your tires so that you're not spinning or sliding your tires off of each corner or anything like that. You just want to keep it grounded, engaged with the track, and smooth, and just delay the heat being added to those tires because this will get slick the longer in the race it goes. Alright, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.